Good morning guys, welcome back to my channel. This is ZeroAngel90402. At ngayon maglalaro po tayo ng Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Itutuloy po natin yung kung ano na simulan natin. Isa na ba tayo? Palagay ko kasama natin si Eric. So, let's sit back and enjoy the ride. Kanina ano ko big ko, kanina hawak ko lang yung big ko. Ano? Makakalimutin na ba talaga ako?
Baka ininom mo na din.
Iniinom ba yung vape?
Ininom yung concentrated na Kyle.
Kaya yung vape ko. Kanina hawakan, hindi pa ko pa yung kanina eh.
Bakit ayaw? Ay.
There's still a lot of smoke rising from the rubble, so they don't have to break the fallen beams and other debris continue to hinder rescue efforts. The fires appear to have been mostly extinguished.
So if we help catch the bombers, we get
Over there,
that's
the director of the weaponry division, isn't it? But would you mind answering these questions? They're targeting Can you give us any updates on the status of the reactor? What kind of damage did it suffer in the explosion? Are we in any danger?
Mako Reactor 5 has been temporarily shut down, and all fires have been successfully extinguished. The situation is under control, and the people of our city need not worry about any additional fires. We are in the process of conducting a full forensic investigation, but we suspect the device used is similar to that in the attack on Mako Reactor 1.
$600? Oh my god.
Making their escape.
Marami tayo pag-usapan sa iklak ng gabi ang kasi depende sa
Kaya nga. Hardware has taxes kasi mas malaki.
depende sa depende sa kakapanayanin
Ano yung gusto sabihin niya, Kyle?
Kakausapin natin. Ayun na lang.
Ay, tangin na sa matay, patuloy ako.
Kakapayanin namin na si Jariazu. Pero yun nga, 6 o'clock ang gabi hanggang 7:30. Marami pag-usapan sa gaming, movies at iba pa. Kaya abangan nyo.
Kakapanyayin? Kakapanyayin?
Ano? Kaya ka na, mabulit ka rin.
Hindi, sinasabi ko yung sinasabi mo.
I'd love to.
Ano ba yung gusto niya sabihin, Kyle?
Kakausapin.
Kakausapin? Ba't yun lang naman sasabihin mo?
Yeah, para mas malalim ng konti. Kakapayan.
Kitang inawag mo na subukan. Kakapahiya ka lang.
Who's this guy? This is Cloud. He's a mercenary. And currently my bodyguard.
Basta yun na yun, Jai.
That's Oats.
Naintindihan nyo na.
Taginay language yun. Ano yun?
Hindi nyo alam yun. Tagalog yun ah.
Two peas in a pod.
Alam mo, Kyle?
Kakapanayanin namin. Kakapayan naman namin.
Hey, my house.
Kaya matanda ka na talaga.
Kyle, di ba alam mo yung wording na yun, di ba? Hindi.
Hindi, ano?
Kakapanayanan namin. Kakausapin gano'n. Kakapanayanan namin.
Kaka-premium yum.
Siguro alam ko pero hindi mo mabigkas eh. Ano?
Kakapayan namin. Yun. Kakapayanin mo. Isip, pang mabilis. Kakapayan namin. Ayun. Diba? Basta yun yun.
Sorry, hindi ko alam yung word na yun.
We all went to see the reactor. Oh, that's right. You're supposed to come by the house. What for?
Hindi ko maiisip, Kyle, kahit ano yung...
You're just supposed to.
Kahit ilang beses sabihin, hindi ko
It's a new
nag-gets.
destination.
Okay. Alam mo na, siguro yun. Malamang tumira sa Manila yan.
Be! Halika nga dito saglit.
Hey, Aaron, where'd you go?
Ha?
The church again? Next time.
Alam mo ba yung word na kakapayamin?
Kakay.
Apparently, but they sure keep me
Ya,
up.
panamin.
Kakayapayamin? Ano, Angel?
Kakapanayamin.
No problem. Anytime.
Kakapayanamin?
Kakausapin.
Ayun, kakapayanamin. Kakapayanamin.
Ano kakapayanamin?
Yun yung kakausapin? I-interviewin na Angel ang ibig sabihin.
Oo nga, oo.
Ano ba eh? Kakapayanamin. Oh, yun nga, kakapayanayamin.
Ba't nabubulol na bigla?
Hindi ako nabubulol. Pinuputol ko para masabi ko ng maayos. Hindi ako napuputol.
Pero bakit yung...
Ay, hindi ako nabubulol.
Yung iba expert, dara-diretso yun.
Eh, hindi ko naman alam yung word na yun.
Okay, kakapayanan, may visit yan. Ayoko na.
Kakapatapalaramin.
Interview eh.
Kapag-kapag-kapag-kamayamin.
Ang kachip-chip-chip-chip-chimin. Akala ko sinasabi ni Angel, chuchupain ka namin.
And we brought Aaron with us.
Angel Angel sobra ka na.
Zero bali.
Me asking for some flowers.
Magko-collab po kami sa linggo, alas 6 hanggang 7:30 ng gabi.
All you can carry.
Marami tayong
With all the
pag-uusapan.
doom and gloom we've been hearing on the news recently.
Meron na
Thought some
at
flowers might
marami
help cheer
na
everyone
nag-send ng
up.
I'm sure they will. And
mga
I'd
tanong
love
nila
to
sa
help.
social media natin.
Let's all wash up
At
before our
underscore
meeting.
Meron ka?
Okay.
Ang hilitok.
Ay, ito pala.
We are here now live in Anhilitok.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy my stream. Naglalaro po tayo ngayon ng Final Fantasy 16. Kung gusto po ma-shoutout,
So,
please
Cloud,
drop your name
what's
down
your favorite
below.
flower?
They're all the same to me.
Wow.
Kung may mga tanong po kayo,
You sure you want to say that to a florist?
comment down below.
Okay. Then what'd you do with the flower I gave you?
Eh, paano kung nasa gilid naman yung comment section pala?
I did.
Then tapos, kung gusto niyo pumanood ng Master Hunter, every 6 o'clock po, araw-araw po yan, nagla-live po si Zero Yazu. Panoorin niyo po siya. Kasi kailangan niya po ng views.
Ay, mas madami akong views sa'yo, huwag ka.
Ha? Zero Yazu?
Mas madami akong views sa'yo, huwag ka.
At isa ako, meron pa isa-isa. O, pa isa-isa, pa dalawa-dalawa. O, di ba?
My house is just up this path. Mom should be home by now, so I'll introduce you.
Guys, mag-comment kayo dito. Sa mga nanonood, mag-comment kayo dito kung gusto nyo mapanood ako mag-God of War Ragnarok. Pag naka-10 comment tayo dito guys
There you go.
ng God of
That's
War
my
Ragnarok.
house.
It's amazing.
Sige, mag-God of War Ragnarok tayo. By popular demand.
Talaga?
Hindi, joke lang.
By your demand.
Come on.
Wala akong galing God of War Ragnarok.
Please donate. Please donate, sabi mo yun dyan.
Been up to no good?
Please donate
Rude
me
me
God of
invite.
War Ragnarok. Or, hindi naman, actually, hindi naman talaga ako hype sa
This is
God
my
of War
mom,
Ragnarok.
Elmira.
Mas gusto ko pa laruin. Sa totoo lang.
This is Cloud, my
Mas gusto ko pa
bodyguard.
laruin ang Forbidden West sa God of War Ragnarok. Kasi sigurado sa
Take good
Forbidden
care of
West tatagal ako. Kumbaga kasi marami
That's my
side
job.
quest, marami kang gagawin. Sa feel ko lang sa pagkakaano ko lang, mas mahaba ang Forbidden
So
West sa
Cloud,
Ragnarok.
you gonna head back to Sector 7?
Yeah.
Hindi, may puzzle po kasi sa Ragnarok. Ay, tama, may puzzle po kasi sa Ragnarok, hindi kayang tapusin ni Angel
The
yan.
Turks show up again.
Yung malaka,
It's a-
tandaan mo,
but I've
malapit
dealt with
naman
them
tapos
before.
yung Uncharted, di ba? O, wala
Honestly,
ka pa.
I'm much more
Marami
than
rin.
Tumigil ka nga, tinulungan ka nga rin ng anak mo, mahiya ka nga.
You'd be too embarrassed to admit it, and so you just keep on going.
Quit acting like you know me.
Hey, Mom, I'm gonna go take Cloud over to Sector 7, okay?
Ay, hindi ako mga.
Okay. But why not wait until tomorrow? If you
Oo
had
nga pala,
known
sa mga
it'd be
Final
Mali pa
Fantasy,
yung na-trap ko!
better to rest
sa
up
mga
here
Final
and make the
Fantasy
trip first thing in the
enthusiast
morning.
dito, guys,
When you
parang
have
may nasabi
daylight
kasi
to
dito na word si,
That's true.
ano.
She's got a point, Cloud.
Parang sinabi yata ni Shepard yata na
Oh,
i-share sila ng dalawa ni
I
Cloud.
still need to deliver
Bakit
some
paliwanag ka
flowers
sa
to
akin
the
yung ano?
Hindi mo ba alam yan? Hindi mo ba alam yan?
Time before
Hindi. Hindi, bakit? Iisa lang ba talaga sila?
You should come with.
Hindi naman sa iisa, pero di ba nalaro yung Crisis Core?
Priceless
Bakit?
reward coming your
Tagal-tagal
way.
na, 2002, 2002, 2001, baka hindi pa nga.
Hindi.
I'll go grab the baskets.
May part dun kasi, di ba, nung sa ending yun sa ending.
Okay.
Yung iniligtas ni Zack si Cloud.
Okay.
Di ba naka-entrap si Cloud dun sa parang capsule?
Okay.
Na parang may tubig.
No, never mind.
Essence kasi ni Sephiroth yun.
Parang ganun lumalabas.
Oo. Parang nakuha niya yung power ni Sephiroth. Or parang ganun na.
Pero
yun, kaya sinasabi.
Okay. Pero ito naman sa on my own humble opinion. Okay. Feel ko pa rin kahit anong mangyari, kahit sabihin na natin na talo ni Cloud si Sephiroth. Sabihin na natin gano'n. Feel ko pa rin kung mag-1 silang dalawa ni Sephiroth. Feel ko pa rin mas malakas pa rin talaga si Sephiroth. Kahit sa madali.
Malakas naman kasi talaga si Sephiroth eh.
Tama rin pala yung conclusion ko na malakas ang talaga si Sephiroth. Mas malakas pa siya kay Cloud.
It's like saying na tawag pag nagharap si Thor sa totoong buhay, tapos si Kratos, si Thor talaga mananalo. Yes, kasi God naman si Thor kasi.
May nagkakaroon lang ng disadvantage, parang ganun yung kaya parang ganun.
Hindi, kasi hindi naman God si Kratos sa actual
Teka, ang kinumpara mo yung God
Or,
at hindi God. So, ang naman si Sephiroth at si Cloud, pareho lang naman silang soldier.
Hindi.
Anong ibig sabihin?
Si Sephiroth was born with powers. Okay. Tapos si Cloud nakuha niya lang part of that power. Actually, hindi pa nga
pero ang tanong ko lang, tao ba sila? Hindi. Dito sa
Yes, originally yes.
Kahit si Sephiroth, tao lang yan. Hindi siya experimental blah 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 blah. Hindi talaga siya tao. Kumbaga,
Ang alam ko, experimental sila eh.
pero tao sila, tapos experiment, gano'n?
Oo.
Okay. Kala ko parang silang android, parang gano'n yung dating para sa...
Hindi naman. Pero hindi ko naman masyadong alam yung story ng second trilogy. Shit. Tapos ang alam ko lang, yung reason kung bakit sinasabi ni Sephiroth na he's part of Cloud is because basically, sabihin mo na, dugo ni Sephiroth is na kay Cloud. Parang gano'n.
Found him!
Pero ito pa pala, alam ko na bagita ko ni Yasu dati, nakalimutan ko lang kasi Pero talaga ba talagang first class o
Hindi first class si Cloud, hindi siya naging first class. He's just a soldier. He's a regular soldier. Yung reason kung bakit naka first class na damit siya, first of all, kung naglaro ka talaga ng Crisis Core, you would know. Okay? Nagka-amnesia si Cloud dahil nga dun sa yun na-stuck siya sa capsule tapos nabigyan siya ng parang power, right? Para na-overdose siya dun. Okay?
Which ones do you think we should pick?
Nakalimutan niya. Kaya nung pagkagising niya, nakita niya suot-suot niya yung damit ng first class. Yung reason kung bakit suot-suot niya yung damit ng first class kasi yun yung pinasuot ni Zack sa kanya. Kasi nakahubad siya sa capsule nun eh.
It'll definitely take them by surprise.
So, he's not even a first class.
Hindi, he's not a first class. He doesn't even remember kung saan niya nakuha yung espada.
Ibig sabihin rin na
Nice try, mister.
Sino ang first class? Gano'n ba kagaling ang first class na pinapaliwanag na kung first class ko?
Si Zack, first class si Zack. Si Sephiroth first class yun. Si Genesis first class yun. Si Angel first class yun. Sila lang ang first class. Nakilala ko at least.
Pero bakit ganito? Pinagtutulungan ni Genesis, si Angel, si Sephiroth. Pare-para silang first class, but wala silang labak kasi.
Angel, just because lahat kayo first class doesn't mean na pantay-pantay yung skill nyo. There's always going to be someone better.
Si Sephiroth yun.
Oo. I mean, Angel, example, sa NBA, kahit lahat sila superstar, you know na may isang pinakamagaling sa kanila, di ba? It's like that, ganun lang yun. Just because lahat pare-pareho kayo doesn't mean na lahat kayo pantay-pantay yung skills. No, there's always going to be someone better than
Sure you are. And when you're done,
diba? Ito, for example, just because superstar si Klay Thompson, tapos superstar din si Curry, tapos superstar din si Draymond na pantay-pantay sila ng skill, you know kung sino yung pinakamagaling sa kanila. Diba? Talaga, Angel, you're spouting nonsense again.
Pero kung yun ang itatanong mo lang naman, kung sino mas maganda sa kanilang tatlo, baka hindi mo gusto sasabihin ko kasi I will go for that Klay Thompson.
Sure, ito bahala. I don't care.
Kasi wala lang, pinky lang, mas magaling si Klay Thompson. Wala lang, mas magaling si Klay Thompson.
Sure, alam ko nga na doon ka pupunta eh. I know na pupunta ka doon eh. Alam ko, sa ugali mo, alam ko si Klay Thompson boboto mo eh.
Ba't hindi ba talaga magaling si Klay Thompson? Kung baga hindi ka ba nagagaling si Klay Thompson?
When the fuck did I say that? Tell me, when did I say that?
Wala, alam ko mga Golden State Warriors na nga.
Oh, actually parang sa akin lahat sila magaling. So why, how the heck did you get to the conclusion na sa tingin ko na mahina si Klay Thompson? I mean, ayaw ko ngang matanggal si Klay Thompson sa Golden State eh.
Ba't may rumor ba?
Hindi, I'm just saying. Talaga sa Angel A-League maglagay ng things sa... Hindi ko naman sinasabi mahina si Klay Thompson eh. What the fuck? Sinusuportahan ko nga yun.
Pero ito na lang. Ito naman.
Dini-defend ko nga yun. What the heck, man?
Palagi mo malaking
nakaka-open ka.
Umalis na si Draymond Green.
Oo
Marami rin nagsabi na heart and soul si Draymond. Oh, magaling yung dalawa.
Fuck yung heart and soul. Fuck yung mga ganyan. No. Simple terms. He's a really good help defender. In terms of game, he's a really good help defender. He's good at reading yung play. Okay? Tanggalin mo yun. Who the fuck's running? I mean, si Curry, sure. Why not? Pero nung nawala nga si Dre, nahihirapan si Curry, di ba? Okay. It's like removing a general piece. It's like removing a queen sa chessboard. I'm not saying na napakagaling niya. I'm just saying na napakalaki ng contribution niya sa team.
Yes. Pero baka naaalala rin natin yung mga yung mga 3-point screen na tipong di kita yung laban, bigla magte 3-point screen na open. Kasi pinapabayaan ng mga kalaban, bigla papasok. Okay.
Oh, napaka-accurate yan eh. Pagbibigyan mo. Oras na. May 2 hours pa ako.
Hello. Is Cloud is look like Sora? Kilala mo siguro si Sora?
Square Enix eh.
Oo nga, hindi, oo nga. Sabi ni Yasu, isa lang naman kasi ikaw gumawa.
Square Enix eh.
I remember you.
Where's Aaron?
The Leaf House.
It's so anime yung buhok. Hindi na nakakagulat pag yun. Ito, Angel. Yung original. Pag binaba mo yung buhok ni Leon sa Resident Evil, sa 4, especially sa 4, pag binaba mo yung buhok ni Leon, tapos kinumpira mo yung, tapos ginawa mong puti.
Is something wrong?
Kamukha niya si Dante.
Sounds like someone spooked the
Kamukha
kids.
ni?
Kamukha niya si Dante.
Disappeared. They ran away after
The Devil May Cry, di ba?
Clothes showed up.
A Turk?
That's what I thought. But no.
Ganun lang yun.
It's this guy who's always stumbling around town in a dirty robe full of holes. They say he's sick or something.
Oh, this is
And
stupid.
he had some kind of number tattooed on his arm. I don't like the sound of this. I'm gonna check it out.
Actually, ito, Angel.
That description. I'll come with.
Sa ano?
Hey,
Sa Tekken.
come on.
Ba't ano sa Tekken?
Lahat ng babae doon, tanggalin mo yung damit. Magkakamukha lang sila. Palitan mo yung buhok. Gawin mo pare-pareho sila ng buhok. Pare-pareho lang sila.
Oo nga, magkakamukha lang. Mahiro Academy ako, hindi na papanood, hindi ko alam yun eh. Nakikita ko lang. Ano bang kukusin ng bangko ko yun?
Come on. I know this place is off limits to grown-ups, but if we want to rescue them, well, we gotta break the rules.
Mamaya natapos sila sa Uncharted ha. Tumahan mo ako mamaya.
Magpapasama ka na sa anak mo ngayon kasi alam mo pag may puzzle hindi mo matatapos.
Hindi.
Yeah,
I'm the
leave it
greatest
to us.
puzzle in the
We'll
wide
take
world.
care of it from here.
Di ba, Angel?
There are monsters out there.
Don't
Di ba
worry.
magaling ako sa puzzle?
I've brought a super
Migil
strong
ka nga,
friend.
patulong ka pa sa anak mo.
I used to be a soldier. So where's the guy?
I don't know. He disappeared and we can't find him. Right now, let's worry about the kids. Come on.
Magkakaroon pala ng magkakaroon ng Kingdom Hearts.
They ran off this way.
Oh yes.
Be careful.
Ano sino?
Where do you think they
Yung
went?
Kingdom Hearts.
Kids.
Kahit simulan mo pa sa umpisa yan, tapos kahit ano pang gawin mo, tangina hindi mo magigets yung story. Malilito ka pa rin.
Try to stay behind.
Ang ina niyan. Kapatid ko eh, tinapos niya na yung 1, 2, yung Birth by Sleep, so on, so forth, yung 3. Wala pa rin. Hindi niya pa rin mag-gets yung story.
Wala kang tawag sa Kingdom Hearts?
That's that.
The story is non-existent, random. Yung Birth by Sleep nga lang yung gusto kong story eh, tangina agad doon.
Pero
Laro
grabe,
sa PS.
nakita ko yung trailer ng Kingdom Hearts 4, grabe, parang nakakaloka, parang hindi naman ganun yung graphics ng Kingdom Hearts. Wala
Mas maganda pa nga yung cartoonish yung graphics niya sa totoo lang.
Don't you mean we've got this?
Mas prefer ko pa.
And we're safe.
Tutuwa ako dati na excited ako pag nakikita ko sila Cloud dun
There
eh.
they are.
Hi Angel.
Not alone.
Ano?
Natutuwa ako na nakikita ko pa sila sa... Yung Kingdom Hearts na nakikita ko sila Cloud. Alam mo ba yan? Nandun sila eh.
Galawin mo, ikaw naman maglaro. Kalabanin mo mga kalaban.
I'll protect you.
Square,
I'm pretty good at protecting myself, you know.
Let's get this over with.
Yeah.
This won't take long.
Kaso,
See ya. It's over.
Hi, that's over.
Pwede kang palit ng tao, pwede yung babae gamitin.
Get back.
I can fight too, you know.
Forward.
Here we go. That'll do. Let's do this.
We gotta save them.
All right.
Actually, ang dalawang pinakasikat dito talaga na pinaglalabanan dati sa nakikita ko yung ano, si Irit at si Tifa.
Bakit yan?
Wala lang, mas sila lang dalawang sikat na female character dito sa Final Fantasy. Good, pinaglaban. Pero para sa akin, bakit ayaw niya si Jessie?
Wait lang.
Going in.
Circle.
Here we go.
Item, hindi. Circle lang. Back. Item. Down. Circle. Punto. Slide. Buhay ka muna item. Sirado lang ano. Kaya.
Get ready. Pay attention.
Sirado na tayo. Spell. Item mo muna. Ay, limit break. Limit. Baba, pinababa. Watch lang. Yan. Tapos buhay ka agad ha.
The DualSense Edge is a controller for the dedicated gamer. This is no more evident than the not insignificant price increase it has over the base DualSense $65 or $70 price. It does offer a substantial increase over that base controller with modular and replaceable parts and customization. At least that was worth the cost of entry. Well, right out of the box, you get a sturdy premium clamshell case finished in white with the PlayStation logo embossed on top. The controller itself is identical in size and design as the base DualSense, but does offer some cosmetic and bigger functional changes. The center touchpad is now also black, embossed with tiny PlayStation button icons to ensure you never forget this is a PlayStation controller. Gloss black is used on the analog stick covers, which is removable and potentially replaceable in the future, helping give those controllers the edge. The design cues also cover the D-pad and front buttons, which are now black and white mix, as opposed to the white and grey of the base white DualSense. Side by side and in hand, they feel practically identical with the same size, layout and weight. Now this is because the same rechargeable battery is shared across both, and the shell design itself, something I will get to later in this review. Inside the hard plastic case, though, you get the controller itself, a long braided USB-C charging cable complete with a locking clamp when in wired mode, stopping any unfortunate snagging and disconnect in the heat of battle. The core of this controller's design, though, is within its modular construction and customization. 3 types of analog toppers are included, with the default being the sunken head you get on the base DualSense, followed by a low and high complex for those that like the contour feel they offer. They are difficult to stop slip and sweat getting in the way. Disgusting, I know, but a reality for longer sessions. And next to these are two rear controller choices for paddles, which can simply be popped out into the rear and left holes at the back of the controller. The two choices offer a paddle design similar to those in cars for shifting gears and perfect for the racers amongst you. And the other is more of a fin or button. These can be mapped within the operating system new menu to assign whatever you want to them, from duplicating other buttons on the controller or brand new functions to extend the amount of input options you have over that standard DualSense controller. Next is the replaceable and modular element of the design. You can simply pop out that front latch, which has a release lever at the back, and my small first niggle is that lever is quite small, the button is tiny. It can be quite cumbersome to get your finger in, push it to the left, and then it pops the front off. Once it is popped off, it's very simply a case of just lifting the front cover over, and then there's two little metal levers either side of the analog sticks. You push them up, which releases them, and then they slide forward. Now, although you don't need to remove the analog stick to replace the toppers, this might be the easiest point to do it, because it doesn't damage the controller by pushing down if you are a bit heavy-handed. The other thing here is if you do have a broken stick, you can simply buy a single £20 replacement and slide it back in with a simple connector. These controllers still use potentiometers, so there is the risk that stick drift could still present itself. So depending on how heavy-handed you are or unlucky, it can still happen on this new controller, which means you've only got to spend £20 on a new analog stick if it does happen. And wrapping up the customizable options on the controller itself is the haptic force feedback triggers. They have 3 levels of play now, clicking them on the left or right independently with long, medium or short, offering a hair trigger or a long trigger for shooting games or even more control in driving titles. The refinement is added further by those same embossed logos that are on the top, also being on the L and R2 triggers, which has a little bit more feel like the fingertip and stop slippage, which the smooth base DualSense one does actually feel quite different once you jump back and forth. Last but by no means least, on the controller itself are the dual function buttons under the analog sticks, or FN buttons. These are directly linked to the updated OS that now supports the Edge, allowing you to customize, tweak and control it, which we'll dive into next. Now, the latest update dropped for all PlayStation 5s as review hardware was being sent out, so ensure you update your PlayStation 5 firmware to enable this. Hooking up your console is simple. Plug the cable in and turn it on. From here, the controller charges as fast as the standard DualSense, and then it will work wirelessly from here on in. You can also choose that wide option from the menu, which is where that locking cable comes in use. The menu will detect the Edge and ask you to enter setup, or you can go there yourself with the system accessory.
More like...
Ano?
Balita ko tapos na daw paggawa ng PS5. Kumbaga ano na, kumbaga hindi na nakukulangan.
Akala ko pa naman kung ano. I don't know. May PS5 na ako, hindi na ako nangingialam din.
Basta meron ka na wala ka nang pakialam. So,
if you run into trouble, promise
wala
me
mabilang.
Does not concern me.
Okay, I will. And here, since you're so cool,
I'm concerned kung balak niyong bumili. Wala ko naman kayong balak bumili. So,
you can come and play here whenever you want.
Does it bother me? No, I have a PS5 already.
Pero mas gusto, hindi pa rin ako magsisisi kung Xbox Series S pa rin yung ano ko. Kasi okay na ako sa mga laro na ito.
Sure.
Bali-bali pa yan kung merong magandang game na pa rin yung PS5.
Sige lang.
Wait.
Menu. Once here, you have a walkthrough of buttons ranging from map all your buttons as you wish. Change the jumping format to swap X, B, O. Make R2, L2, assign change to your heart's content. You can set the range of the left and right triggers independently or combined, both on the pickup and drop-off of pressure, assign the prefix speed and range of both analog sticks independently, or tweak your own and even set the dead zone. So this is a key area and brings me back to those sticks and the potential design. This is the dead zone range, as it can also be used to extend the life if one of your sticks does start to drift. As the reason is the resistance fades or becomes unbalanced within the wiper, and thus one side will present slightly higher voltage, making it appear the stick is being pushed and therefore detecting movement. Now by pushing this out, you can resolve it to a point by extending or altering the bias of center. As these are a modular design, Sony could even introduce a whole magnetic design replacement in the future, which, although not 100% devoid of stick drift, and let me be clear, I've never had it on my PlayStation 5 controllers, but I have had it on others, including the PS3, it is significantly reduced on the whole design, and it's less likely to happen with a longer lifespan. But obviously, that will cost more than $20 replacement pounds that are available now. Again, though, this is...
I know a lot of people around here need help.
I don't know.
When I'm out on patrol, a
I
lot of
don't
them
really
tell me
know.
about their problems.
I'm not really that much of info guy pagdating sa Final
I'm all for
Fantasy
it.
7.
We still have plenty of time.
I'm on the clock.
Don't worry.
I can't give you any
permission.
details then.
I always have the latest information. Come find me if you want to know.
Oh my, is that a Moogle? You can see me, Kupo? Then you two must be very, very special people. In that case, welcome to the Moogle Emporium. I'm the owner, Moggy.
You must not be familiar with Mog the Moogle. It's a pretty famous fairy tale. Mog wanted to bring happiness to all the Moogles of the forest, so he decided to open a shop of wonders.
That's right, Kupo. I opened a store to bring happiness to the slums, like Mog. And you know, only people with the purest of hearts can even see Moogles.
You talking about me?
just a possibility and not anything PlayStation have announced. Once you have your configuration set, you can then assign these up to 3 profiles, and that adds up to 4 in total, with the default being as the controller is shift. Once assigned here, you can then hot swap between them at any point in the game menu, whatever, using the combination of the FN button either side and either one of the 4 face buttons. 0 is profile 1, X is 2, square is 3, and triangle is default. As you switch, the operating system will pop up to tell you which is selected, and also the controller lights themselves pop up. 1 is default, and then 2, 3, and 4. If no profile has been assigned, it will then flash on the pad showing that there's no profile and actually say the same on the screen. Holding the FN button down will bring up the menu, and using the D-pad with a headphone connected, you can also adjust the sound, voice, and more, making it very quick and seamless to change profile sounds mid-race or mid-combat.
This is how I want to live it.
Huh? I thought you were just doing it for fun.
I suppose some people do.
Hello, I'm some people. Nice to meet you.
The going hands-on in a collection of titles is the most important part, and ranging from the sublime GT7, God of War Ragnarok, Returnal, Fortnite and more, the edge does feel very robust and precise, but it's not a giant leap over the base DualSense in your hand. The vibration, the microphone, the speakers, they're all identical with the same custom vibration and light levels to choose from. Where it does improve is in those triggers, with those 3 ranges of contact, textured buttons, and the substantially improved analog stick rubber over the standard models. It has a rougher, more tactile feel under your thumbs, and is much thicker, meaning it is less likely to wear. Also, having the choice to change to those convex options, as we saw on older PlayStation 1, 2 and 3 pads, is also a nice touch. The back panels are great in racing games, meaning if you've not tried it before, manual gear shifting now becomes an option, as it's so much easier to use. Being able to map these and all buttons across 3 profiles will also help those that have different requirements across game types, from first-person shooting, sports games or others. This is all improved by these being stored in the controller itself, so just chucking your controller into that clamshell case and going around your mate's house is very simple. The range of input customizations on the sticks and triggers is excellent, specifically around the potential on mitigating the drift issues later in its life, and also customizing those dead zones and response. That said, you would need to be a very sensitive player or a professional to use all of the custom features to the extent intended, and as good as they are, they will likely be set up first and then only swapped on occasion across game to game. The biggest potential benefit is to aid those with disabilities, as it could allow some an easier playtime, longer playtime, or even enable it at all with these new functions and features. A full new controller in Leonardo is already in the works, though, that will achieve far more in this area, but it still presents a viable alternative for some. The new menu is very clean, simple, and concise, with a speed of setup and swapping between all very immediate. So is everything perfect then? Well, no, but we are in Niggle Town at some points here. The biggest, though, is the price. $210 is not a cheap cost for anyone, and you will need to know all the functionality offered here is worth it for you. If you only play FIFA release and a couple of games a year, then this may not be cost-effective use of that money, but only you can answer that, and for many, it will be money well spent. It must be stated, though, that this is aimed at a target audience, and they will know who they are. In regards to the build and gloss plastic, it can still look a little cheap and get dirty, and I would assume that some would prefer a matte finish, or even a faux carbon fibre look. I know I would. The FN buttons also look and feel a little weaker than the price would suggest, and along with the analog sticks and rear paddles, I did feel that a very heavy-handed gamer or minor drop here and there could cause damage quite easily. And the final area is the battery. Being the same as the DualSense, it has practically the same lifespan, somewhere between 6 to 8 hours, depending on the amount of vibrations, lights, and other functions being used in the title. Again, for me, perfectly fine, but you yourself may find that a little lower than hoped. As a controller that is over 3 times the price of the DualSense, it does not feel 3 times the build quality. It is much better though, with the simplicity and quality of the sticks, the embossed triggers, touchpad, braided cable, excellent carry.
This episode is brought to you by Brilliant. Imagine you took the most reliable internal combustion engine-based car of modern automotive history and displayed every single assembly line component it's made from out in front of you. Among these parts, which would you guess is the most stressed component within the entire vehicle? The most obvious conclusion would be the parts that transmit mechanical energy, such as the pistons, the crankshaft, or transmission components. Another possibility would be the spark plugs, which are directly exposed to thousands of hours of combustion. However, when you consider their application, most of these components are designed around one highly specific design goal. Mechanical components, for example, use mass and shape to transmit energy in a very specific manner under highly controlled conditions. Spark plug tips, on the other hand, are made of materials that can easily handle the specific goal of retaining their function when engulfed in combustion gases. The specificity makes it relatively easy to engineer a less stressed part. But what happens when you throw several competing design requirements at a component? One that must cope with volatile fluids at different temperatures and flow characteristics, as well as the high temperature and pressure of combustion. And on top of this, it must also deal with years of constant thermal cycling, all while being compressed under several tons of clamping force, and being less than a millimeter thick. This is the story of the most tortured component within the average reciprocating engine, the head gasket. A modern head gasket is an intricate hybrid mechanical seal, engineered to fill the space between a reciprocating engine's head and block. And while a head gasket does perform several functions, it's technically not a seal, as seals are used on moving components, while gaskets on static ones. In its contemporary form, a head gasket must meet 4 primary requirements. A head gasket must seal the passages that carry engine oil between the block and the head. Engine oil can vary dramatically in viscosity and temperature, ranging from the extreme lows of frigid ambient temperatures to as high as 135 degrees Celsius or about 275 degrees Fahrenheit. These temperature ranges can make engine oil as thick as syrup to as thin as water. Engine oil is also pressurized within a running engine, ranging anywhere from 1.4 to 50.6 kilograms per square centimeter, or about 20 to 80 psi. In addition to thermal cycling and the microscopic motion from combustion pressures, the sealing material must cope with the degrading nature of many of the additives found in commercial engine oils. Similar to engine oil, on most water-cooled engines, a head gasket must also seal the passages that carry engine coolant between the head and the block. When compared to engine oil, engine coolant has a relatively consistent viscosity, with a lower maximum temperature of around 120 degrees Celsius or about 250 degrees Fahrenheit, with normal operations seldom reaching above 140 degrees Celsius or about 220 degrees Fahrenheit. It also operates under lower peak pressures at around 1 kilogram per square centimeter or about 15 psi. Much like with engine oils, the materials that seal engine coolant on top of thermal cycling and movement must deal with the corrosive properties of engine coolant. Nearly all water-cooled engines use coolants composed of a base fluid mix of either ethylene glycol or propylene glycol and water. And while this mixture does not directly attack seal material, it can generate corroded solid particles which come off the surface components within the cooling system and both interfere and erode seals along its flow path. Engine coolants are formulated with corrosion-inhibiting systems that attempt to form a protective layer that insulates metals from coolant contact. These range from early inorganic oxide additives, such as silicates, phosphates, and borates, to more modern extended-life carboxylate-based coolants that provide superior corrosion resistance. Sealing combustion gases are by far the most brutal and critical requirements of a head gasket. These gases can peak in pressure at around 6.8 megapascals, or about 1,000 psi, for the vast majority of vehicle engines, though pressures as high as 15.1 megapascals, or about 2,200 psi, do occur in higher performance engines. Diesel engines experience even higher combustion pressures, easily operating in excess of 18.6 megapascals, or about 2,700 psi. In gasoline engines, abnormal combustion conditions can also create huge spikes in pressure. Detonation, for example, can easily raise combustion pressures past 24.1 megapascals, or about 3,500 psi. These bursts of pressure produce tiny amounts of motion called headlift that pull the engine surfaces away from the head gasket by as much as 25 microns, or about 1,000th of an inch, in the most extreme circumstances. Combustion gases can also vary dramatically in temperature based on the engine's load. While combustion temperatures can easily reach above 2,500 degrees Celsius, or about 4,500 degrees Fahrenheit, in the region concentrated around the flame kernel and its subsequent flame front, the insulating effect of the surrounding gas, in combination with the engine's cooling system, tends to limit the temperatures reached at the cylinder surface to anywhere between 250 and 700 degrees Celsius, or about 480 to 1,290 degrees Fahrenheit. While a head gasket must seal combustion gas from the surrounding coolant and oil passages, its primary function is to effectively contain the pressure of the combustion process. A head gasket forms part of the combustion chamber, and if this seal is compromised, the effective cylinder will lose the ability to produce a normal combustion sequence. Depending on the nature of this failure, the cylinder may consume or cross-contaminate other engine fluids. A head gasket must be deformable enough to maintain a seal between the imperfections of the head and block surfaces. These imperfections are quantified by the measurement of their peak-to-valley surface height as a roughness average, or RA. The lower the RA, the smoother the surface. Beyond surface imperfections, head gaskets must also
I'll protect you.
I'm pretty good at protecting myself, you know.
I've got this.
Don't you mean weed practice? That wasn't so bad.
Sige Angel, Kyle, mamaya na muna ulit ako. Pag uwi ko, balik na lang ako. Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Fuck you, MJ.
I was born and raised topside. Nothing. The reactor just went up in flames. We're patrolling. All clear down this way.
Sure was something. Huh?
Is that not you, baby?
You're that former soldier, aren't you? Cloud, was it?
Former soldier turned problem solver. Are you okay, Miss Folia? You look upset.
Yeah, I am pretty upset. The kids are still off doing patrols, even though it's now time for their lessons. Not a single one of them has come back yet.
Patrols? Is that a Leaf House thing? Something they do to help out?
That's right. In return for the donations we receive, the kids go around town picking up litter, running errands, that kind of thing. I don't suppose you've seen any of them, have you? You see, I have some important plans this evening, and I really need to go and get ready.
Would you like us to go round them up?
That would be wonderful. There are 5 of them out on patrol right now. They all wear homemade swords on their backs, so they should be easy to spot.
Flowers! Lovely, don't you think? Great job. That's wonderful.
Isn't it? Oh, I nearly forgot. I saw some Shinra suit walking toward your house a little while ago. He was dressed all in black. A little scary looking.
Okay guys, hanggang dito lang po muna ating live. Papayin na tayo ng konti. Pero mamaya po, dito bigyan mo, may pa iba po lang. Abangan niyo po yan hanggang sa muli. Bye-bye.